The Cure for Wellness is directed by Gore Verbinski, and it tells the story of a young man who travels to a mysterious sanitarium in the Swiss Alps. It is here that he discovers some dark and sinister motivations behind this institution. I'm going to keep it at that because I feel like this film's marketing was very graciously smart and didn't really give you that much of the story, and I was very glad that I actually went into this film knowing next to nothing. Gore Verbinski is a very hit and miss director for me. Of course, he's directed The Ring and the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, but he's also directed the latter half of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, also movies like The Lone Ranger. So his quality kind of goes up and down for me, so this could have really ended up either way on the spectrum. And the best way to describe The Cure for Wellness is it's 3/4 of a great movie. The first and second act of this film are fantastic. Gore Verbinski was my favorite part of this film. The way he is able to ratchet tension slowly throughout this film is genius. This is a 2.5 hour long movie, so if you go into that movie knowing how long this film is and you're prepared to watch a movie that does have a rather slow burn, I think you will be pleasantly surprised. This movie has a lot of subtle foreshadowing and just gives you little breadcrumbs of information just sputtered out throughout the film. It's very smart in that way because it keeps you guessing, and I love how it just gives you one little piece of the puzzle at a time and just continues to do that to where over the time you develop this big picture. Also, the way this film is shot I found very mesmerizing. Similar to that of The Shining, the way this movie sets up tension in the very beginning felt very unsettling. You just felt like something was off. I just felt very weird. I had the creeps throughout the beginning of this movie. There is a part in the beginning of this film that is supposed to be kind of scary, and it wasn't even that. It was the things after that that are really setting the groundwork for things to come. That part of the movie really genuinely creeped me out. This is also a gorgeous looking film. Gore Verbinski uses a lot of green in this movie and a lot of pale colors. He did something similar to this in The Ring, where he has a very pale color palette, but he only uses really one color. Dane DeHaan is typically an actor that I enjoy. For example, I loved Chronicle. I thought he was one of the best parts of that movie, but then he also has The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he is just so miscasted and so horrible in that film. And for the most part, I did enjoy him in this movie. There are some parts where he does this weird deep voice thing where it sounds like he's trying to have a deep voice. It's really weird, and I couldn't really quite place why he was doing it in this film. Maybe it was a stylistic choice, but he also did it in The Amazing Spider-Man, so I really feel like that's kind of just his thing. Now, I said The Cure for Wellness is 3/4 of a great movie. I say that because the last fourth of this film sucks. The ending of this movie is so terrible because everything before it had this weird science fiction vibe, but it was weird in a believable way. You were like, I'm suspending my disbelief a little bit, but this could happen, maybe. But then they just totally jump the shark in the last act of this film. They make some really strange and dumb choices that just completely kneecapped this movie for me. I was totally on board with this movie, and I even had pieced together like half of this movie's twist, but the other half of it, I was like, what? And it wasn't a good what. It was like a, well, that's it, really? The ending is so close to being great, but there's just one or two elements that, I'm not kidding, kind of ruin the rest of the movie. If they would have just changed like 2 things, just friggin' 2 things, the rest of the movie would have been awesome. Overall, The Cure for Wellness is a well-acted, brilliantly directed film that really ratchets tension and suspense throughout the majority of this movie's runtime. This is also a film that really creeped me out personally and did some body horror that I really wasn't expecting. But unfortunately, the ending was so campy and so stupid and betrayed the rest of the film that what I had seen prior was almost ruined. So did you guys see The Cure for Wellness? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.